Went from condos to Pop's house, on calls now bus routes.
You know, having a father who was a singer and a brother who was an actor. He's 9 years older than you, so he was doing this thing and everything, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like the pressure of being an entertainer, or this was like what you wanted to do?
It was just never pressure. That's the fun thing about it, because for one, it was just in me. It was in me. It wasn't something that I had to, like, a skill I had to develop. Again, I was a natural actor. My brother took classes. He's a thespian. This man can do anything. He's a much better actor than I am. I don't care what nobody. Look, I like to say, man, I like to think you better than your brother. No, there's a reason why he has an Oscar. You understand me? He could be anything. He could be a tea kettle. His steam will start coming out his head. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I can't do tea kettle. I can do crock pot. I can do crock. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like the man honed his craft, and that's what he does. Me, I have to relate to the role. I have to have some connection with it. People say, hey, do this role. I think you'd be great for it. I read it, I'd be like, nah, I see where you're going at it, but nah. Now, if we do this with the role, I could do it. Oh, yeah, okay, cool, let's do that. Then so forth and so on. But, yeah, so it was never pressure. I mean, it's funny is there was just a lot of similarities to where it seemed like I was just kind of following him around. Like, he did it, I did it. So, yeah, that was the case. That's my big bro. You know, I remember he did a show called Putting on the Hits back in the day, and it was a lip syncing competition, and he won every week, and in the final week, it was him and his boy. They did The Show by Dougie Fresh, and they lip synced the show, boom, 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 and they almost won the whole thing, but they lost to some politics because some girl was spun her head around, and I think one of the judges was from The Exorcist or some crazy shit. And at the same time, I was like, ooh, me and my best friend in fourth grade decided to do The Show for our talent show. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things just kind of mirror, like, okay, he did this, not he does Boys in the Hood. 10 years later, I do Baby Boy. John Singleton starts both of our careers as far as it being movie stars type of shit. You know what I mean? But again, being an actor with him, it just was never, it was always different. He was doing movies, I was doing TV. Yeah. He was doing a lot of drama and all that. I'm doing comedy and sitcom, being the cool kid and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it went.
Yeah. And with that being said, you got in early. You know, you got in around 12 years old. You was on Webster and Just the 10 of Us. That was like 88 to 90.
Good research. Go ahead.
Yeah.
When research.
When you first got, got put on and you started acting, were you nervous, like, or did you feel like this is where I'm supposed to be?
Yeah, it was always felt like supposed to be type of thing. I mean, okay. I don't think I never had, like, again, I got 2 auditions, I booked one. The nervous was the very first audition I ever had. I didn't know any type of breathing methods or any type of, like, center yourself or go out and memorize this and do that. And none of that. It was just like, here, read the lines. I fucked them up. Yeah. Second audition was comfortable and relaxed, and it was, everything was natural. And they were like, these kids are all trained. And I'm coming there like, hey, whoa. And they're like, perfect. That's what we want. Again, because I know what you're asking, but pressure for me was my mother was raising us by herself. No disrespect to my father, rest in peace, but he was gone, and she was the one that was praying things into existence, singing with us every day. She had 2 jobs. She worked at department stores. She used to be a singer. Both of my parents were singers, so that's why I was in the blood. Entertainment was just gonna happen. And my mother was a singer in New York and vaudeville, and she was a recording artist, not just a singer. She was a recording artist. She was on Brunswick, and she had she's part of the Sweethearts, and she had she understood show business. You know what I mean? And back then, entertainers were entertainers. They entertained. They showed. They singing around trash cans and shit, and choreography, and singing in hallways and harmonizing. And you know what I mean? So she's like, all right, son, every movement it's got to be a picture. My father would say, smile and you make them listen, so use your smile and use it. She was able to coach us up. Blah, blah, blah. So that was cool. That helped her become my manager at a young age, because she would, she earned her money for one. Yeah. And she knew what she was talking about. She wasn't just one of these moms on set just going, I don't know, just go have fun. No, you know what I mean? She was just like, come here, do this, try this, keep it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I'd listen and things would happen. Yeah. So the pressure for me was to get a series regular role, because I knew if I got a series, I was always been a TV actor. That's always the point of this interview. I've always been, that's at my core, a TV actor, and I've always been musical. Music has been with us forever. When we were homeless, we would sing. My mother would sing things and pray things into existence through prayer and singing. She would have a job. She worked at Broadway. She was like, I need to get a job at Broadway. She would sing every day, Broadway. One day I'm going to get a job. She's like, I got the job. God is good. And she's working at Broadway. And now we were able to get an apartment. When we got the apartment, then she was like, one day I need to work at Nordstrom's. Goodbye, Broadway. Hello, Nordstrom's. Hello. We would sing this every day like a mantra. What prayer is for. Prayer is repetitive. Keep praying. One day God will answer your prayers when he's ready, right? So she would pray these things, and she would say, one day you're going to get a series regular, and I'm going to be able to quit these jobs, and I'll be your manager. Goodbye, Nordstrom's. Hello, series. Hello. And she would sing that every day on the way to school, every day. And then I got the audition for a while. And that was, for me, the pressure was like, I got to get my mom. I got to get this. She's prayed these things. I've got to make it happen. So that was the only time I felt pressure. And then when I got it, God is good. Now, I do distinctly remember a feeling of, man, this is easy. This is it. You just get it and bam and boom, boom. Like I would go and audition.
You was in your zone, basically.
I was in my zone.
This is me. This is who I am. Oh, man.
I would walk into auditions and I'd see everybody else go, like, can we get a role? I'm like, hey, do what you got to do, player. Because I understood people. I understood that you have to sell yourself. You go in these rooms and people realize, do I want to work with this person for months or weeks or this and that? So you're smiling, you're funny, you're charismatic, whatever it is, you sell yourself. And then you know the lines and the material. Because everybody out there knows the lines. Everybody else is probably qualified. That's why they're here. But why do I want to work with you? What makes you different? And then I would bring that into these audition rooms. And most of the time I would book these roles.